Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Cutlass Board Games channel, and welcome back to the Path of Exile 2 Let's Play. And, true to my word, I have not been playing end-to-end with every single episode. I've been spending some time in between stuff, grinding, and trying to remove some of the excess game time so we can kind of just see the fun stuff. And every now and again, I'm going to be coming back and giving an update as how things have changed. And things have changed. I think I'm finally getting closer to the actual goal build. It's hard to tell. So let's kind of run through everything, shall we? Starting off with our skills, and I guess you can have a look at the items also. Previously we swapped to a wand and scepter setup so that I could have just a ton of spirit, so I could use a bunch of passive things, which gives us purity of fire, but it's a thing that we don't use, and mana drain, a thing that we don't use. First of all, we have Frostwall. Frostwall, which is dealing quite a lot of damage, actually. But you will see it's level 16, and we have got extra exposure effect. And you can't see this super great because my head is in the way, but extra exposure effect. Shocking hits from supported skills have a 50% chance to also shock enemies in a 2.5 meter radius. Yes, on Frostwall. Conduction, so supported skills have a 100% more chance to shock. And then lightning exposure. Supported skills inflict lightning exposure for 8 seconds on shocking an enemy. Because if you have a look, we're actually doing about 3,000 lightning damage when one of these crystals is destroyed. And then it has a pretty good shock chance. And then it has a chance to do shock to more people, and then it has a chance to inflict lightning exposure on shock. So the Frostwall is like, it's like setting up to add shock to a lot of things. We have flammability here, but I don't really use it. I really only use this on bosses, because it applies burning inscription, which creates ignited ground, and deals extra damage based on my max mon, is that right? Yeah. I also had, there's another one that's like this that deals chaos damage over time, but I just haven't been using it. I figured I would rather it cost less because it currently costs 386 mana. Next we have Archmage, maximum quality Archmage. I spent, in a previous episode, we had like 80 chaos because I had a good drop, and I went and spent it on upgrading my build. Well, I've spent it all, it's all gone. And one of the things that I got was increased quality of gems. So our Archmage does 7% of damage as extra lightning for each 100 maximum mana that I have. And I have 2,200 maximum mana. So that's like 154% extra damage as lightning. It's pretty good. And so that's why the Frostwall does extra lightning damage. We also have Blasphemy. Blasphemy, which turns a casted cursed into an aura, and we just have conductivity on that. And so the conductivity is going to be lowering the lightning resistance of things that come and like run at us to help us potentially kill them. And then we have Lightning Warp. So Lightning Warp is kind of interesting here. We just have as many damage mods on the Lightning Warp as possible. You can kind of see here, it's doing about 10,000 damage. So we've got cannot inflict elemental ailments, does 25% more damage. 30% more damage with hits and ailments, but cannot deal critical hits. And then 12% more elemental damage for each skill recently used of a different element type. So we have the Lightning Warp, we have the Frost Wall, and we have Fireball. This is our 3 elemental types, which will help get that up to a 36% damage increase to potentially help us get above that execute threshold as quick as possible. And then we have Fireball. So Fireball, I have all 5 support slots on it. I've got plus 20% quality, which gives a 10% chance to fire 2 additional projectiles. I've got Scattered Shot, which gives 2 additional projectiles. I've got Unleash, which casts the spell an additional 2 times when I cast it. So if it's giving 2 additional projectiles, it's throwing 3 fireballs. If it's unleashing for 2, it's throwing 9 fireballs. Then we have Fork. So the skills will, the fireballs that hit things will fork, creating an additional fireball. And then we have Wild Shards, so we have a 20% chance to fire 8 additional projectiles in a circle. Which means when Wild Shards activates, we do 3 lots of 11 fireballs in every direction, which is insane. And then Ricochet. So projectiles from supported skills have a 40% chance to chain an additional time from terrain, which is really, really good in enclosed maps like crypts and stuff like that, because you like cast fireball once and it just fills the map with fireballs. And so you'll see that there's no extra damage things on the fireball, but we have a bunch of things that do actually buff the damage of it. And because it's dealing a lot of extra lightning damage from Archmage, it has a pretty good chance to shock also. And so because of that, we are using Cast on Shock. Cast on Shock, which is the maximum quality. 57% increased energy gains is very good. With Lightning Conduit also at maximum quality. With the energy retention, so it's got a pretty good chance of going back to 50% energy. And then it gains energy faster. So it does actually cast maybe every 15 seconds is my guess. Maybe a little bit longer, depending on how many enemies there are. If there's lots of enemies, it's much quicker, because I have more things to shock, basically. And then our final thing is Elemental Conflux. Again, quality plus 20%. So every 8 seconds, and you'll see it's been happening on screen this whole time, every 8 seconds, it will switch between different elements. It just changed to fire, and then the buff grants 67% more damage with the affected element, because the supports I have on it is +1 support of lightning, +1 support of fire, +1 support of cold, and in a tree we have a +1 to cold. So it's getting +4, which is pretty good. And so it's basically giving roughly 70% damage to any particular thing at a given time. When it rolls fire, my fireball does extra value. When it rolls cold, my frost wall has a better chance of freezing things because it deals more damage above the ailment threshold. When it rolls lightning, everything does more damage because everything gets extra damage from Archmage, which is pretty cool. I want to have a look at the passive tree, which has become a bit more together, I suppose. The stuff in the beginning is all pretty standard. It's like extra energy shields, which is converted into mana, extra mana regeneration, because we are using the, is it actually called Mana Battery? Mind Over Matter, and Eldritch Battery. Those things together is Mana Battery, so I've been saying it correct this whole time. We've been using Mana Battery. And then we have increased chance to shock, increased lightning damage, extra energy shield. This could probably get replaced with something else, but I don't have a good node right now for it. Over here, we've got extra mana regeneration rate if you shock something, and then increased magnitude of shock. Because we've swapped over here, and now we have targets can be affected by 2 shocks, and damage from all hits contributes to shock chance. And Fireball, which has infinite fireballs, especially with wild shards, has lots of hits, which means lots of shock chance, lots of shocks, lots of cast on shock, energy builder, lightning conduit, cast faster. That's kind of the goal. Anything that does not instantly die to the fireball. Then we have increased mana regen, increased intelligence, trying to get as much mana as possible, as cheaply as possible. And then we have this one, which is 12% chance for spell skills to fire 2 additional projectiles, and they're all kind of the same thing, but less percent. So extra projectiles, and then we have one over here as well, which is extra projectiles. The goal is to make as many fireballs as possible, as often as possible. And then it's just more spell damage, more projectiles. And over here is kind of like the defensive stuff, so energy shield to mana, 3% increased spell damage per 100 mana, which we have a lot of, and then everything else is kind of increased mana. Regeneration or increased mana. We have pure power, which is insane. Extra lightning damage per 10 intelligence. We have a lot of that. Increased shock duration and increased magnitude of shock. What I really care about is shock magnitude at this time. We have the +1 to all cold skills, because it gives +1 to Frostwall and it gives +1 to our multicolor boost. Elemental Conflux. Checks notes. I have a bunch of gems. Each of the gems has 15% increased lightning damage. And this is literally just all the way over here, so we can take the mana battery. This is like a weirdly shorter path because of this weird detour. I earlier had things down here because this is kind of good. Increased damage with hits against enemies affected by elemental ailments. And if I get a bunch of extra points, I might come back here and get this. but there was just several times where I was like trying out elements and stuff wasn't working. It's literally impossible to ignite stuff most of the time. So I've just been like kind of skipping on it. This is just increased mana recovery. And then this one, which is what I've been experimenting with most recently, because I can put the extra exposure effect on the Frost Wall, because the Frost Wall has a chance to both freeze and shock. The extra exposure effect with this, which is giving extra exposure effect, so it's like 80% plus, additional. And then the extra ailment chances. So it actually goes okay. I still kind of explode sometimes because my resistance is a bit dog shit. My cold resistance is 1%. But like, I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. I've been focusing on the mana regeneration rate. And we are currently at 205 mana per second, which means it is 11 seconds to go from 0 to full. It's kind of slow. Considering this is 76%, the amount that I have in the tree, this is 15, this is 15, this is 15. Right? Like, it's just kind of a bit brutal. Both of my rings have resistances on them, and plus all resistances on them, and intelligence and lightning damage. This is one of the things that I spent big exalts on, and it's still, my resistances are still kind of low. My wand is actually insane. I tried to search on the trade for PoE, find something better, and typed in like all similar things. So I just kind of wanted to change the types around a little bit. Maybe have extra cold damage instead of extra lightning damage, because I already have a ton of extra lightning damage. And it was like 20 divines, and I'm like, well, I don't have that. I don't have any divines. I've never seen a divine. What's a divine? It's like, actually, I think that this one is just insane. I bought this for an Exile. Like, it's worked out. And then I have my Scepter, which is literally just there for extra maximum mana, extra intelligence, and then a Spirit placeholder, which is just slightly better than a Shield, or a Focus, rather. I still have the same belt from 100 years ago. I still have like the same boost. I only recently got extra gloves for more intelligence, more max mana, and mana on kill. Because mana on kill will help me regenerate slightly faster. And that's kind of it. Like, we're not doing anything too crazy, but I just feel like it's become a little bit more optimized. And so I started this map just to double check, because I was playing around with some other stuff. I have a really good amulet, which according to builder guides is one of the late game ones. It's not actually igniting because I rolled fire. And I got Ghost Wraith, so I was like, well, I'm just going to have a ton of energy shield actually. And then I ran out and did stuff, and I just still died instantly. And I was like, well, what's the point of having energy shield if it doesn't stop me from exploding? So I got rid of it. Because the rares that I have give better stats, give more mana regen, give just better shit generally. So you see everyone here is kind of shocked. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm so dead. Fuck this guy in particular. The stupid archery dudes. I should have known that I was getting too close. That's my bad. I was busy talking to you. Chat. Let's just put a blank 3 in. I also leveled up once, and completed a Cataclysm's Wake. What? So that I'm not super worried about losing the XP. I haven't lost that much XP in total. He's behind me. What the hell? Oh, he's just like hiding behind a pillar. Sick. That patch of burning ground is not from me. I don't think. There you go. There's wild shards. So it just hits in every direction. And so basically the wall kind of primes them for it. You see, I literally just had a shot go off, and then the wall casts lightning conduit. So it's like I'm using Frost Wall to cast lightning conduit, which is kind of cool actually. I kind of appreciate it because lightning conduit has like a really long animation, and being able to circumvent that when it's like really relevant is kind of cool. The only downside is that if you've just killed the thing that you've shocked, Lightning Conduit obviously not going to do anything. But it's whatever. No. This one. This game is so dark. I remember in like episode 2 or something, I turned the brightness way up. And every now and again I'm like, yeah, I still can't see shit. But I also have like ring light pointed at me, ish. Pointed at the wall, which is pointed at me. Which is making it harder to see stuff because I'm competing. You see everyone that dies is often shocked and only sometimes ignited. Very rarely ignited. I think only now ignited because I've got the extra chance to ignite stuff. Ooh, we have an extra projectiles guy. And Siphon's mana flasks? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I still don't get hit by any of them. He's walking to get me. Here we go. Nice elk. I'll get the shoes. I think the shoes are probably crap. There's a lot of stuff that'll drop and I'll just be like, I'll put it in my one Exile trade folder. And then if no one buys it, I'll just sell it to the vendor. I also like the wall because I can just stand in front of it and just wait and see what happens. Because if they destroy it, they will take damage and they will get shocked. Potentially die, meaning I don't have to do shit. But it also means I can kind of wait for them to run at me sometimes. Okay, I don't need a support gem. Apparently I needed whatever that was. I can even intentionally click on it, it's just now in my inventory. Alright, let's wait and recover a little bit. Minion, okay. We got a rare coming up. There he is. Ow, I really did just stand on that. We got a rare tier 2, it's kind of cool. He didn't even die, wow. So a lot of it is just placing the wall. Like, the wall is so important to the build. First of all, it is an ice skill, which makes lightning walk do more damage. Second of all, it is a wall. It stops me from dying, because I am made of paper. I appreciate that. But it also shocks things, and will cast Lightning Conduit for free. Like, that's crazy. This shit costs 200 mana. Also, it has a chance to freeze things. Like it just did then, because I've got the... It rolled cold. I don't actually pay much attention to what Elemental Conflux is on. It's just sometimes it's really nice. Sometimes. Just generally adds more damage to the things that I'm doing. Which is kind of cool. There's one guy left. Oh, he's nearby. I didn't think I was doing that well. So, I don't know if you see it really quickly or not, but you can see the lightning exposure, you can see the curse on them, and you can see 2 shocks sometimes, so they just have like infinite debuffs. Oh shit. Whatever that was, it hurt. Yeah, I know. Okay, I didn't get the rare guy. He's not quite at the front there. That stupid fucking mounted ergot archer dude has fucked me up many times. I dislike him greatly. Not the big guy, the little one with the 2 bows. I don't know what it is, but like ranged projectile guys just suck. Big over time. I want the cat. Can you fuck off? I'm trying to loot. Miss me with that nonsense. Alright, nearly dying for 900 gold. Couldn't be me. But it just feels so much nicer. Like, the synergy feels much higher than some of the other stuff that I've tried. And playing just Arc is really boring. 40 hours in. Just gonna go. The rolls are really low. It's got like a high evade rating, but 15 maximum life, 12 maximum mana. That's like 0.001% or some shit. No move speed boots means that no one's gonna care. Alright. I think the thing that I'm armor scrapping at the moment is my new gloves. So I'll put on my new gloves. Then we can just put everything else in the stash. So I have kind of an okay amount of currencies. I only have 6 exaltics. I keep spending the fuckers. But I've been saving up Val orbs. I've got some nice regals. I've spent most of my chaos. And then I've got a bunch of sun artifact, water artifacts, broken circle artifact, and black scythe artifact that I've yet to use. And I should probably use them. Probably. Shit if I know. What is this? 305% waystone drop chance. More packs, more chests. Extra fire damage. It's very unlikely I will actually run this. What I would rather do is... Okay, cool. That seems just fine. So we completed the Var Factory. We can go into the Sump or the Savannah. Let's do the Savannah. I quite like the Savannah, actually, as a map layout. And the wall helps a lot in really open maps to help the fireball actually fork and you know, get a million extra projectiles. But the Savannah has just like a few little structures that if I stay close to them will be beneficial. Crabs. If I can't see you, you shouldn't be shooting shit at me from the off screen. That just sucks, man. I made a video a little while ago in December about a forgotten Diablo 2 mod called Scrabble mod. I played a shitload. I had like 7 characters at the max level of 205, which is maybe like 100 hours each. And one of the areas in it is the Tavern of Philos and some of the surrounds, which has a Serpent Magi in it, which casts Bone Spear, one of the Necromancer skills in Diablo 2, from off screen, and it does pure magic damage, a thing that you can't have resistances for. So it would basically just kill you off screen, unless if you were very careful or incredibly tanky, which is arse. And so I spent most of my time teching my characters around surviving this. The Barbarian, of which was the easiest, because he has so many natural passives in the skill tree. And when you get to level 205, you have like just a shitload of extra skill points. That it made it a bit easier. But this game kind of feels the same. It's like, unless if I'm exceptionally tanky, I'm always just going to be exploding for free, and that's kind of shit. But I have the upside that I can just kind of shoot my fireballs off the screen and hope that it kills everyone and I don't have to worry about it. Niche upside. I also feel like I played Guitar Hero a lot with this game. Something will happen and I have to press my mana pot 700 times. I'm trying to play Lightning Warp, 1,000 times, just trying to fucking actually kill the thing that's killing me because it's in the execute threshold. You got a nice little lightning conduit there. So far so good, honestly, it's not that crazy. I really wish it was easier to inspect enemies. Like some of them I just kill too quick and I'm unable to really check what what's going on, you know? Like, I'd love to go, oh, yeah, lightning exposure really is working good. But how the fuck am I supposed to do that when I kill everything instantly? Because I'm in maps lower than what I should be at. Because whenever I do maps at the level I should be at, I explode and die. So I'm building up to it. Trying to make sure my build is good. Good, a rare. Temporal Bubble and Hasted. Sapphire drop, not bad. We take those. I'll grab the robes and probably just can sell it. I'm like really conscious about monetary gain because I respec my shit constantly. And that costs a lot of money. I saw, like, I watched a short of a streamer. It's literally just him using corruption on an item, and he had 5 million gold. And I'm like, bro, I've never had more than 100k. I've never had money. I'm a broke boy through and through. Okay, bro just walks right through it. So he's got Frost Builder, he's got Lightning Exposure, 2 different shocks, and then the Blasphemy Aura as well. So it does all kind of come together. Just got a Jin Barrier, and let me say, fuck the Trial of Sekima and the Temple of Chaos. Every single time, and I mean every single time, I try and complete one of these trials, the game crashes. It is possibly the most frustrating thing of all time, because I know just how powerful a boost it will be to my character. I would love to have a permanent Arcane Surge, or multiple stacking chills. You know, I have a lot of ailments that I could be applying right here. Or summoning an Elemental Storm, because, you know, I'm using all 3 elemental types. But no, fucking no. There's just no fucking chance to successfully do the Trial of the Sekima or the Temple of Chaos. And it's deeply shit. That's my coldest take, unfortunately. You can literally watch me on footage attempt several times and fail to just like the stupidest shit. And it sucks because the game crashing or you dying and not only means it's game over for the trial, but it eats your ticket. So if you don't have tickets, you're all done. So in the middle of the game, when I was like actually really grinding to try and get it in like the main playthrough, I said no chance. I would run out of a ticket because the game would crash and I would just be like, oh, fuck it then. And then now when I actually have a ton of chaos tickets and trial tickets, I'm like, well, I can't fucking do it because the game crashes. There's just no point in even trying. Which sucks, you know. I would love to just do it. I got really close. I got to the second trial complete bosses, the 2 terracotta soldiers, and the game crashed after the very first attack that they launched against me. And I'm like, come on, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. But so far, Fireball is incredibly satisfying. Arc is just so limited. The chain distance is too small for it to be viable for the late game. And it doesn't hit enough things. Like, I feel like I would have to be playing it the same way as Fireball with like 5 modifiers that just give me extra, like forking, extra radius, extra. Wait, that was it? I didn't even see the skulls on the mini-map. I was busy monologuing. Oh, that's fine. Okay, get out of here. All of you, get out of here. I'm just going to do a little bit of extra clearing because I feel like there's still so much I haven't explored. What a waystone. Also, we have like increased rarity of items. I haven't seen anything that crazy pop up, I guess. So I'm kind of trying to make the most of that. Get as many item drops as I can. Also, I did a whole map. I completed it. I killed all the guys, and then was about to load up the next map. And was looking at the map, you know, hub world, which shows you where all the locations are. And it goes, the map that you just did had an expedition in it. I'm like, no, it didn't. What do you mean? I didn't fucking do any expeditions. So I went back in, and it was hidden in this little corner. So I was like, oh, there's a whole expedition that I missed. So it's worth sometimes spending a little bit of extra time in a map beyond the flat completion of it and killing the rares. Especially when it has mods that are beneficial for loot. Kill that guy. I don't use Lightning Warp as maybe as often as I should. It's definitely a skill thing to like recognize when the cold notification exists. These guys are tanky. So basically, I'm casting Frostwall and Fireball, and I'm doing tons of lightning damage. More than any other type, and by a lot. So it's kind of goofy. And so all of my build is just like set up around me doing extra lightning damage. Instead of trying to ignite, instead of trying to freeze, like some of the other stuff that I've done before. Instead of trying to, you know, cast on X 100 million times. Just seems like it makes it do more damage to things, and that's better. Also, more projectiles is just really funny as a concept. I kind of fuck with that. Where my job is just to fill up the screen with as much shit as possible. Alright, now we just have this nice little swath in the middle. It's like I'm mowing a lawn. I'm just trying to do a nice once-over. Alright, I gotta get better at fighting things that run at me by casting the wall on myself and then standing next to it instead of running away from the wall. Because that's only making things worse. Okay, some more guys in here. I think I'm pretty close to done. Seeing the lightning conduit pop up and explode things is really satisfying. It does like 4,000 damage or so, but with the lightning exposure and the shocks extra damage, it ends up doing a lot. I think I just picked up something I don't want. That's whatever. That happens a lot. I'll click on things and add things to my inventory that I don't want, and then I'll try and drop it, and it will pick it up again. Alright, looks like it's it. Let's grab this chest. Let's go now. Head on back. So, what do we get? Is this good? I don't think so. Seems like junk. Seems like junk. The mana pot that I didn't want. Increased critical chance for spells. Increased shock duration. Minions deal extra damage. I think this can just go in here. Wait, what the fuck? I can put jewels in shit? What? That can't be real. What the fuck? Minute 5,000. What the hell, man? Okay, that's crazy. I've honestly just been only putting mana regen things next. That's the thing that matters the most to me. But shit. Also, why does no fucking sorceress items let you socket them? Come on, man. The whole distinction between martial weapon and non-martial weapon sucks ass. I have fucking 43 blacksmith whetstones. Do you know how many Arcanist etches I've seen in total? Let's have a look. 6. 6! Give me some fucking Arcanist etches. Christ's sake. I needs them. This would grant me an additional ascendancy point, but I think that is a myth. This is my old gloves, so the thing that I changed is really not that much. I just have slightly less resistances on this one. Unfortunately, so I'm a little bit squishier, but I'm holding on to it just in case I want to swap back. I think the extra intelligence and my mana being bigger and the mana per kill will keep me more alive generally than the niche specific scenarios upon which having cold resistance will keep me alive. It's really hard to tell. Because there's no like death screen of the you died because you took 1,000 cold damage. And for me to go, oh, maybe if I had cold resistance this wouldn't happen is kinda hard. This is a 4. I need 5s. Maybe I have to run the 4. Which I think will kill me. But let's send it. I'm feeling brave. Live rage reaction incoming. I think I just want to pick a blank. Like, just a blank. I don't want to do my special crazy sump map just yet, unless if I actually have a good waystone for it. A good waystone that's not as risky. I've also tried like a whole bunch of different uniques with the build. There's a pair of gloves that gives you all your elemental damage split into the 3 types evenly, which I thought would be really good. With the elemental conflux, but it's actually just bad. It is actually unfortunately just bad. It just makes you do less damage most of the time instead of rolling good and doing really big damage sometimes. Which is fine. Like, when I roll cold, I'm at doing my least damage, but I have a chance to freeze, more so with my lightning wall. Seems fine. I have to be mindful that they will deal extra cold damage to me and I might get frozen. But so far, it has not been an issue. Oh, he summons a comet. I'm like, how did I summon a comet? Alright, I'm taking big hits. Let's back off for a second. Just regenerate. Okay, Shroud Walker, not proximal, that's fine. Cool. If you sometimes back up far enough away from an enemy, they attack the wall instead of you. Like this. At least if they lose line of sight, maybe. Which is kind of interesting. Those snakes I gotta be really wary of because poison fucks me up a lot. I don't take poison damage from my health, but it means that I can't regenerate mana in that time. The poison normally does more damage than I can regenerate in mana. Like, the poison probably does more than 200 damage per second. Which is a bit rough. And so it just means that I can't regenerate mana and I slowly inch towards death. What was that? But the upside of taking that little spot in the tree, which gives me increased for all ailments, is that when I roll something like fire, I'll have a better chance to ignite. Because it's just the damage above the ailment threshold, and having the higher chance to ignite and having the higher fire damage works out like a little bit. Like sometimes I will get like a cheeky little ignite, and the same for the frostball. I will randomly freeze people. I only tend to freeze people when they attack the wall and it explodes, but maybe that's because I'm just not killing them. Okay. Yeah, for that one guy. Other things that I do feel like overkill. I think it's fine. I've also been just sending a lot of tier 1 maps so that I can just travel. So I can just explore, like, actually the mapping area and see if I can find relevant things. I have yet to. I have no idea where the citadels are. I'm nowhere near them, apparently. Which is interesting. It makes me wonder how far I have to travel. But also, I can't tell if it's infinite or not. So I'm, like, wanting to get some kind of indication as to how limited things are. So that I have an idea of where the end is. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Kinda missed my wall there, but that's okay. These guys are scary. I made a mistake. I put myself in the wrong place. And I've not been punished for it, thank God. Let's keep pushing in this direction. I skipped breakfast this morning, and by skipped I mean I rolled out of bed and turned on Path of Exile. How? There's a wall between us. What the fuck? Yeah, that's arse. I don't really know what happened there. I was literally about to say I'm a little bit grumpy because I haven't had breakfast yet. And I died! Fuck. No, it's literally like a blank too. Yeah, so shit does in fact happen. So my problem with Valorant, are you ready for this completely unsolicited hot take? My problem with Valorant is 98% of the time, when you die, you have no fucking clue as to how it has happened. So often, you're like, I'm looking at the guy, I'm firing shots at him, I'm watching them go into his head, and he shoots me, and I die, and he's still on full health, because the damage report says he took 0 damage. And you're like, what the fuck? This game is kind of the same, where sometimes shit will happen, and you'll be like, Buh? Excusez? That's a good example. I don't know how the hell they killed me. Through the wall. The wall is there for a reason. I had a death earlier. I have beef with the courtesan. So in the mana maps, the little guys that explode and they have like the big boss lady, and she shoots these blood javelins at you that just go over the top of the wall entirely. It just ignores the wall and just goes beep and kills you. And I'm like, well, that's shithouse. How was I supposed to know that in advance, right? The punishment for death is just so big. And there's just so many things that kill you for free. I know I'm squishy. I am expecting some level of deaths. That is fine. If I got hit by a big attack, I didn't roll out of the way, it hit me, whatever, I'm happy to die. Fighting against big bosses like Silver, is it Silver Fist or something like Silverback? Silver the Monkey. And he goes, bonk, I hit you with my gigantic pillar, I kind of expect to die. Which reminds me of the Blackjaw fight, which I still don't think I've completed. And I might actually go and make a quick attempt at. It's in one of these. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. I need to toggle it to be the underground. So I can check. Yeah, here. Equani's Sanctum. Because Blackjaw I still haven't killed yet, and he gives me something when he dies. Doing it with Arc was just so impossible. I just was like, well, what's the fucking point? But so now we can actually make a good attempt at it. It's really funny interacting things with a plot that are like not in order. Like you could come back and do this when Alva has been taken prisoner by Doriani and she still shows up and you're like, oh hey, I rescued you, I guess. I think everything is like really low level. I can't check, it does not tell me the monster level. But they seem to die just fine. Alright, I don't need to linger. You see how they all got shocked? I'm literally just casting Fireball. Yeah, I don't seem to be that threatened. They're not really dealing any damage to me. Just gotta find a Lecture. He's surely around here somewhere. Checkpoint generator. No. Is this really the correct area? Double check. I pressed M! M is not map. Fuck. I might be in the wrong place, but I'm not sure. Because I think it's supposed to be the area before this one. It's funny mapping, going through and being like, wow, I feel so weak all the time, everything's really hard, and then you backtrack for like 5 seconds, and do something that's like a couple levels underneath you, and then you're like, whoa, everything's really made of paper, I'm actually really strong. It's kind of goofy. Although, if I die in here, that'd be really funny. We hit a checkpoint, I don't think... Oh yeah, this was the free chaos thing. Let's do a lap around. I'll check the waypoint again, but I think I've gone to the wrong place. Here's the other generator, here's the other checkpoint. Really not struggling. I'm a little worried if I get frozen. The falling anchor is so funny to me. The first time it happened, I just had no understanding of where or how. It's taking like no damage. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say the Elemental Resistance aura like doing so much work, and then he just explodes because lightning conduit goes off. Kind of funny. Fellas. Why did my spellcaster nothing happen? There's a pretty low chance that they stunned me. I missed the doorway. I picked up a flask again. I know I changed my mind about how I was backtracking. I should go back to that. Because if I just want to go back to the waypoint and check the map, see if I am in fact in the wrong place. Okay, back at the starting area. Quit dicking around, Melba. Chiquani's Sanctum present, which is where it says I am. Chiquani's Machinarium! That's a whole different fucking place! What the fuck? I knew something was wrong. Why the fuck am I clicking on the waypoint that literally says where he is, but he's actually secretly in a different fucking place? Fuck me. I was literally like, I think this is wrong, but who am I to argue with the map, the thing that's supposed to tell me where things are? Apparently, I was correct to argue with the map. the thing that exists to tell me where things are. Annoyingly. I'm looking for a core. I'm not seeing a core. It'd be really funny if I just one-shot Blackjaw. I think I have like 4 attempts on him. At least 3 of them are in the playthrough. Where it's like, this is the most miserable experience of all time. Because it was just so inconsistent. Every time he would do something, it wouldn't line up. Sometimes he would one-shot me, and I would get hit by the exact same attack and wouldn't one-shot me. And things that had not killed me for 40 attempts would insta-kill me, and it's like, what? How the fuck am I supposed to, you know, learn or figure out what's going on? I missed. Hang on. Please die. He's gonna be in one of these side areas. It's one of the fun things about Fireball in an area like this. It's very Dungeons and Dragons of the, I didn't ask how big the room was, I said cast Fireball. Or some of my favorite flavor text from Magic the Gathering, which is an arrow might have your name on it, but a fireball says to whom it may concern. And it's kind of correct. Very much. The fireballs are still there and echoing for so long, even after the long statue wind-up sequence. Surely, use the checkpoint, because there's a loot room if I can find a core. I don't care as much. I don't think there could be anything good in the loot room except maybe an Exalted if I'm really lucky. I don't care. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to kill Blackjaw. And the way things are going, it should be easy. I hope. Fuck knows. Knowing my luck, I'll die 12 times before figuring it out. Bro, where are you? Maybe it's back this way. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. What? Alright. Unless it was here? No, that's part of the snake fucking redstone trail. Can't even get over there. Ah, God. I remember earlier on talking about how so many maps are designed to have an exploration maxima, but the thing that you're looking for is always the last possible place to check. And it's funny because whenever somebody says, oh, it's always the last place you look, they're like, well, yeah, but that could have been the 3rd place. The theoretical exploration maxima is that there is no other place left to look. You're like, I lost my keys, and it was the last place that I looked. It's like, did you check Scotland? The entirety of it? Well, no. Yeah, then okay, it wasn't the last possible place. You didn't have the exploration maxima. In this game, they have maps that are large, and then you go, well, I have seen all of it according to the blue line, except for this tiny little pinch of a thing. And it's like, no, that was actually where you're supposed to go. Like, how the fuck? 1 pixel ass shit. And so now here I am, wandering around, trying to find Blackjaw. A guy I don't even really want to see. Okay, so it's not in that area. I think I also need a soul core to open his door. So I will grab this. So it's not here, it's not there, maybe it's further in. Sorry lads, you're in the way. Okay, I can't pass through here, I have to go around. Didn't I kill you all already? Alright, gold chest, why not? Junk. So, what if it's this way? And it's over here. Okay, found something. I think it's like a 50% chance that this is the right one. Alright, can we first try? We can. Hello. He sure does. Look at all those status effects on him. Get fucking deleted, you piece of shit. Plus 10 to fire resistance. I now have 41% fire resistance. Look, it's still very helpful. Let's go home. Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm so glad that was only one attempt. But he just melted pretty quickly, and obviously because I'm far leveled beyond where I'm supposed to be encountering him. But it is good knowing that we apply 2 shocks, we apply a good lightning exposure effect, we hit him with the blasphemy aura. Alright, now how the fuck do I actually get to where I want to go? Someone has a quest for me? What's the quest? I don't want a quest. Why is Doriani here?
Exile. I can't change their fate. For that to happen.
What the fuck?
Indeed.
If you
Some
betray me,
random dialogue?
I will scourge your feet.
Why do you have random dialogue?
Time is short.
What the fuck? Because, like, the waypoint is gone? Bro, let me fucking go home. Why are you like this? What if I pass through the gateway? Does the waypoint here work? Yeah, sick. For me just to fucking travel to my home base. I can't travel from here, it'll tell me you can't go there. It's mind-numbingly painful. It shouldn't be hard. Why do I need to jump through hoops to go to my damn house? Fuck's sake. So, not only did the map goof on me and tell me I was in the wrong place, but it made me jump through 3 hoops to come home. And we're finally home and we're finally done. I can empty my inventory because I don't think the things I got were any good. Plus 1 level of minion skills? Okay. Alright. Well, I'll put it in the for sale folder and see what happens. We got some currencies, just not terrible. I have a special extra page just for essences. The skill gem is junk, and I actually got some maps. Weirdly, so I have extra maps. But that's kind of it. That's the end of this episode. I'm hoping that next time I come back with you with something more exciting than my build isn't dog shit anymore. And also I went and killed an old boss that was too hard for me 20 hours ago. That's how the game is sometimes. I explode randomly and it's really annoying. Fuck knows what that snake did to me, but I died. And then cooking with the build is really interesting. I tinker with the skill tree all the time. I'm playing around with the different gems and the different builds, and this has so far been what feels like the best one. I shock things, I cast lightning conduit for free, I make lots of fireballs. It's fun. It's nice to look at. I enjoy it. And that's kind of it. That's kind of the end of this episode. If you have been enjoying the Path of Exile to Let's Play, it's something different that I have been doing on the channel, and you're something like 50, 60 episodes in at this point to be watching this episode. So if you did miss some stuff with the actual campaign playthrough, there is a playlist on screen where you can go back and check out some of the stuff, maybe start from the beginning and check it all out. Otherwise, there'll be another recommended video, which is maybe something cool, maybe something different. I have a Let's Play Ape Escape series running on the channel at the moment, a game that I also greatly enjoy. We're going through the whole trilogy. You should maybe check that out. But as always, the subscribe button is on the screen. I appreciate any and all subscribers that I get, because my goal to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, and I'm doing a video literally every single day until we get there. So please help me so that I can take a day off. It would be nice. I would appreciate that. I like a day off.